Hey guys, it's Melanie. I have been super into doing all these like thrift flip videos. I think it's because I got a sewing machine and I like recently figured out how to actually use it. But other than that, I love upcycling clothes, thrift flips. As you've seen on my channel, I've done quite a few of them and I'm gonna keep doing them because I absolutely love thrift flipping things. But I asked you guys not too long ago on my Instagram if you'd rather see a video on how to hem or like make your jeans fit better, or if you want to see like an upcycling video. I'm probably gonna do both, but it was super close by like an inch. I don't know, a percent, whatever. Why did I say an inch? Altering, I guess, jeans video 1. So in this video, I'm not gonna limit it to one. I'm showing you many. I have permanent versions, I have temporary versions, a range of like difficulties with different tools, just because I want it to be as applicable as possible and as easy for you guys, especially if you don't have like the resources and stuff. So there's many options. So I'm gonna show you guys many ways how to alter your jeans to help them fit you better. Yeah, let's get straight into this video.
Alright guys, so we're going to start off with some temporary ways to make your jeans fit you better. This first one is very easy and you've probably seen it on TikTok. It looks a little bit funky, but at the same time, it really does the job. You basically just thread the button through one of the little loops. This really does cut the waist size down, but it does make the crotch a little bit baggy, I noticed. But if you're just wearing a sweatshirt or something big over that, then it's totally fine. This next way is also seen on TikTok, but it's just using a shoelace as a belt. I don't know how long this trend will last, but at least for now, I think it looks really cute. Sometimes it does take a little maneuvering, but it does get the job done. Another alternative is using the shoelace belt, not so much as a stylish belt, but as a way to pull in the waistline in the back by just tying it in a little bow like this. Obviously, this does not look cute, but you can tuck it in and cover it with a hoodie. I actually do this a lot and I find that it looks fine from the front, so I'll either cover it with a shirt and then just have it hang over and cover in the back, or I'll just wear something baggy on top. This next hack is something I do all the time because I'm way too short, so this is basically how I cuff my jeans when they're too long, or if they're wide leg jeans and I want more of a tapered mom jean look. Basically, all you do is you fold it around in the back so that it's a little bit tighter, and then you just roll and cuff your jeans as per usual, and this way it just gives it a tapered effect. Here's just another clip of me doing it from another angle. It's basically just another way to cuff your jeans, and you pretty much do this every single time you put them on, so if you wash them, you're gonna have to redo it, but nonetheless, it's super easy and something I do all the time. Now on to some of the more permanent alterations. This first pair of jeans really isn't too big, but I did want to take in the waistband just a little bit to keep them from sagging. So basically all I did was unbutton the jeans and then pull them a little bit tighter to my liking. Once I pulled it in where I liked it to the point where my jeans didn't sag so much anymore, I just grabbed a pen and drew a little point. Then I just grabbed these jean buttons, which I bought on Amazon, but I'm sure you could find them at Joann's or Michael's. These are super simple and easy to use. All you do is screw it through the fabric, and there's a little backing on the back that you press through on the other side to make it stay put, and basically it's a new button on your jeans. You could take the other one out if you want to, but I just left mine there in case, I don't know, I eat a really huge dinner and I need, you know, that extra space or something. But one thing I did find from using this is that it was really hard to do on your own, so I grabbed my handy hydro flask and just smashed the button in place, and basically that's all I had to do. So this is what the after looks like. It really doesn't look like that much of a difference, but they actually stay up a lot easier now. I love this hack so much that I decided to do it to another pair of my jeans because it literally takes 2 seconds. It's so easy, and the packs of buttons come in like huge packs, so I basically went through the exact same process. This next one is just a variation of the past two. And I swear, these jeans look like they fit, but the waistband was a little annoying and they would slide down when I wore them. So I did the same process where I just grabbed a pen and marked a dot for how much tighter I wanted it to be. The only difference for this one is that instead of using the buttons that I bought on Amazon, this jean already had a button on it. So I just removed that and then slid it over and re-sewed it on where I put the little dot. That way the waistband would be a little tighter once it's buttoned. this one's pretty self-explanatory, and this is what the end product looks like. For this next pair of jeans, I also just wanted to take in the waistband, but I'm doing it with elastic this time. To start off, I just tried on my jeans and measured how much fabric I want to take in, just kind of to get like an idea of how much smaller I want the waist to be. I then grabbed some elastic that was about the same width as my waistband and cut some slits into each side of my waistband, and essentially I just threaded through the thick elastic and then I'm just going to sew it in place. Essentially, you're kind of adding in a permanent elastic, how like the kids' jeans have those elastics with the buttons in them, except on your own jeans. Another way to think of this is kind of like a scrunchie, because it's a very similar process to making one, but just in the back part of your jeans. And this is what the finished product for these jeans look like. Now, this next pair of jeans was actually very, very big, like it wouldn't stay up kind of big, so I had to make quite a few alterations for these ones. I started off by just trying them on and taking some measurements just for reference, so I knew how much I wanted to hem and cut. I also decided to cut out the little elastic band that was in the waist, just because I figured it would get in the way of my alterations. And essentially my whole concept for this pair of jeans was to somewhat mimic those pinch jeans trend, if you've seen those around. But basically, I pinched in the measurement that I needed to take in, and then I cut out little triangles of that measurement in the waistband. Cut off a couple inches on the bottom, as well as a little triangle slit on the side in order to give it that tapered mom jean look instead of the wide jean flare that it had originally. I then just made my way over to the sewing machine, where I started off by turning my jeans inside out, and then essentially I just sewed a straight hem along all the seams that I cut. Here I'm also folding over the bottoms and giving the bottoms of the jeans a little hem, just so that it's not rough on the edges. And this is the finished product. For this last pair of jeans, they were also very, very big and oversized like the previous ones. So this pair was also going to take a lot of sewing and hemming to fix up. Once again, I started by trying on the jeans and measuring exactly how much I wanted to crop out. I also made sure to cut out the elastic once again so that the waistband wasn't too bulky, and this pair of jeans also had buttons, so I just cut those off as well. Once I did that, I grabbed some embroidery thread. You can use normal thread for this, but I chose to use thick embroidery thread because I thought it would hold it better. I then whipped out my handy dandy measuring tape once again to make sure that my measurements were correct. And I basically just marked the measured amount that I wanted to crop out from earlier, centered on the back of my waistband. And then from those 2 points, I made a isosceles triangle down the back. So this part's a little bit tricky to explain, but it's a lot easier just to watch me do it. But basically all I'm doing is sewing back and forth to fill in those triangles on each side. Essentially, once you do this, you're gonna pull the thread through and it's gonna take the fabric in that exact amount so that the waistband will be a lot smaller. You can see it looks a little bit funky here, like some weird embroidery pattern, but once you pull it tightly through, your jeans have now been reduced a couple inches or however much you want. And so basically you're just gonna do this exact same thing to the other side so that they are symmetrical. And now that I'm finished with taking the waist in, I'm just going to do the same thing that I did with the last pair of jeans and crop off the bottoms as well as taper the sides so that it has, once again, that mom jean effect. Then I just head over to my sewing machine and basically did the same thing as my last pair of jeans and sewed along all of the cut edges. The only difference is I decided to leave these jeans with a rough cut on the end opposed to hemming them, but that's just personal preference. And here's what the finished pair of last jeans look like.
Alright guys, that was the video. That was my many ways how to alter your jeans to fit you better. I hope that this video was super helpful for you guys, and if you try any of these out or if they work well for you, make sure to let me know. Other than that, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye guys!
I know it's getting late now, babe.